Hello, and welcome to my Shoname Draw With Me series. In each episode, you'll be getting step-by-step art sessions on the fundamentals of drawing, coloring techniques, and animation. So get your drawing supplies ready because we're about to begin today's lesson.
For today's lesson, you will need a lead pencil with a good eraser, a sketch pad or a blank sheet of paper, a table or desk with a nice flat surface to draw on, a room with good lighting, and a comfortable chair to sit in.
Make a nice little circular oval here. Okay, and keep in mind, being as though that you drew light, you could always just fix your lines and tighten it up some. For those of you that are heavy-handed, you want to get in the habit of drawing light, because when you draw heavy, it's really hard to adjust your lines and fix it and make it the way it needs to be. So just, if you draw heavy, practice drawing light, that's all. Okay, now that I have my circular oval here, what I'm going to do is start off with 4 lines. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is cut this face in half with a vertical line coming straight down the middle of this circular oval here. Okay, so this vertical line is going to help us keep everything in proportion. And now I'm going to cut the face in half again with a horizontal line. Remember, you want to make sure that this line is in half as much as you possibly can. Okay, so here we have 2 lines, 1, 2, cutting the face in half, breaking the face down. Okay, now for this bottom section here, the bottom half of the face, we're going to cut the line that's down here under the horizontal center line in half, like so. Okay, so you should see 3 lines on your face right now. 1, 2, 3. And then you want to do the same thing for this very bottom line here. Just cut it in half. Alright, cool. So now we should have 4 lines on this face here. Okay? So let's go back up here to this top line. What we're going to start off with is a eye in the center of this head. Okay? So what we want to do is turn this face here into a cyclops. Now make sure that the eye matches the length of the head. Okay, it should match the size of the head. That means you don't want to have like some giant eye in the center of the head, or otherwise this next step is not going to work when putting the eyes on here. Okay, or you don't want it too tiny, right? So we're going to make an eye that matches the size of this head here. So I believe that this character's eye will probably be about this size. Okay. And after I turn it into a cyclops, we're going to turn this character into a triclops by adding an eye on each end of this eye that's in the middle here. So we're going to put an eye on the left side and the right side. One, 2. Okay. So what we just did was we created the distance between our 2 eyes on the face. Everyone's eyes should be 1 eye length apart on your face. Okay? This is how you avoid from having characters with the eyes too close to each other like this. Alright, they're like some sort of weird alien. Or too far apart like this. Like some sort of fish alien. And also keep in mind that the eyes are located in the center of the head. So they're not up here. Okay, this is where your forehead is. See? Your eyes are in the center, which is here. Alright? Alright, moving on. So now what I'm going to do here is create an iris for the character. Okay, 1, 2. All right, and now what I'm going to do is put a dot in the center, okay? And we know that that dot that's in the center of the face is our pupils. I mean, that's in the center of our eyes is the pupils. Okay, so your pupils work as a lens focus for your eyes. And to avoid from our character looking a little crazy, we're going to give this character some eyelids to relax the eyes a little. So put an eyelid on this side, and I'm going to put an eyelid over here. Okay? Alright. Next up, we're going to put some eyebrows above the eyes here. So we have 1, 2. Feel free to pause the video so you can follow me step by step and be able to catch up if I'm moving too fast. But what I want to do is have a little pause before I move on to the next step. What I'm going to do now is I want to create another layer and draw on top of that layer. This way you'll still be able to see the basic structure here. So I'm going to go ahead and create my new layer here and lock this bottom layer. And I'm going to redraw everything with a darker color here. Okay, so this way the structure lines will still be there. So I'm going to redraw this eye over here first. Okay, we have our eyelid here. Now I could cheat and just copy the eye and then paste it on the other side, but I want to do it with you, so this way y'all can see that you will have mistakes and things, and you'll be able to fix it and adjust the mistakes as you go along here. Okay. I'm going to redraw my eyebrows. Just retrace these eyebrows here. All right, so now I have my eyebrows. So I'm going to move on. This next line we're going to go to right here is where we are going to put our nose. So the lines are just there to guide you, okay? So I'm just going to make a simple nose here. Nothing complex. Okay, put a little nostrils there. And here, okay? So this nose is a little off from the center. And I got my lines there to guide me, so I'm just going to redraw this nose. Remember, if you draw light, you can erase your mistakes and keep on going. Okay. So here's my nose here. Let me erase this. Center a little bit. Bring up the nostril. Alright, so if this nose is a little tricky, I'm going to redo this nose right here for you on the side, just so you can see what I did here. So that's the outside of my nose here, and then I have the bottom, then I have the nostrils. That's your nose. Okay? And then I'm going to this next line here, and then put the lips on. So here, I already have the line separating the mouth. So I'm just going to take advantage of this right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a top lip here, right, above this line. And then I'm going to make a bottom lip under the line. Okay? And here we have the separation of our lips. So I'm just going to go over this line again. Put like a little simple shape for my lips here. Alright, so now here I have my eyes, my nose, my mouth. Okay, so we're going to put our ears on here now. So the top of the ears start at the eye line, and then it's going to end at the nose line. Okay. There you do on one side, do the same thing on the other. Now for your ears, what you want to do is put like a really simple basic shape for your earlobe. Don't have to be nothing fancy, nothing detailed. So I'm just gonna put like this weird shaped 3 in each ear here. Okay, so it just looks like an earlobe now. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is shape up the head here. Now keep in mind, when you're drawing the basic structure, it's just like molding clay. The concept behind clay is that you can kind of mold it into whatever you want it to be. Okay, so what I want to do is just mold the shape of the head. Being as though I drew light, remember that we started off drawing light, I can mold the head into something that looks a little bit more to my liking, or a little more accurate to how the shape of this guy head would be. So what I'm going to do is thin out the side of his head here and make it a little bit more straight. Then I want to kind of straighten out his jawline here, and then make it a little flat at the bottom for his chin. And then whatever I do on one side, do the same thing on the other. So I'm going to make the line a little straighter here. Give him like a jawline. And then me at the bottom of the chin. There we are. We have a better shape of his head here. Okay. And I'm going to go up and go over these lines too. Let's make it a little bit more stronger. Okay. Now keep in mind, you can always continue to fix it as you go along. You want to pick up on some things about, I want to adjust this. I want to adjust this a little. It doesn't look right. You have the freedom to do so, especially if you had drew light. Okay. It never comes out perfectly when you first start off, unless you've been doing it for a long time. And me, as many times as I had taught this lesson, I always find myself still making corrections or adjusting things as I go along. So don't get discouraged if it's not going your way when you first draw the head structure, or when you first draw any structure or anything that you never drew before. Whenever you're drawing things for the first time, of course, it takes time for you to get good at it. So you have to go over it more than once. Okay. So down here at the bottom, I can see how the chin needs to be a little bit more aligned with that center line there. Okay. You want this line to be going through the middle of everything. And that's what helps you keep everything parallel and proportioned properly. Okay, so now I have the shape of my head here. Next, what I want to do is put a neck on this character so it won't look like his head is just floating in space. So the neckline kind of comes from where the line for the mouth and the jaw is. I'm just going to go in a little bit here and then come out some at the bottom. Okay, whatever you do on one side, do the same thing on the other. And here's my face. So we see the structure lines here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then we have the eye in the center to measure the distance between the two eyes. All right, so what I'm going to do is hide this basic structure that's under the head here that I sketched up for a second. And then we can look at the face. Okay? So from here, you can just decorate the character however you want. I'm going to put my structure lines back up again. So here I'm just giving this character like a real simple hairline. Okay. Let me fix him. Let me give him a shape up here. Fix up his hairline. So if you want, you give your character short hair. You want to give him like a mustache, you can. Give him like a little Genghis Khan like beard if you want. From here, you just pretty much have fun decorating your character however you want the character to look like. I mean, I can give this character eye patch if I want. See? Or even turn his mustache into Salvador Dali. Give him a Salvador Dali mustache. And he really looks like an adventurous pirate. Maybe give him some long hair. Give him that fake pirate accent. Hey there, matey. Alright, let me get rid of all this. He's looking a little crazy right now. So there you have it. This is the basic face structure. Okay. Later I'm gonna be going through the body structure, and yeah, the idea behind these lessons is just for you to be able to create a whole complete character. Keep in mind that it kind of changes when you're making cartoon characters, because sometimes you don't need to have so much detail, where the face is usually, sometimes in most cases, like, characters are distorted or they look a little different, so it's not going to have all this detail. Another thing I want to let you know is that your hair and your eyes are usually the darkest areas of your face. Okay, so always keep that in mind. Your eyes is like the darkest color that's on your face. So I'm just adding like a little bit of highlights here and shadows. Okay, make sure you're able to see that pupil still. And yeah, this is just a simple face here. And yeah, if I want, I can also like just adjust some things because I'm doing it digitally. I want to bring this eye down a little bit. Bring this hit in some more. So if I wanted to, I could really like tweak this face, but right now I'm just going to leave it like this. And yeah, that'll be the end of that. So yeah, just let me know if this lesson has helped you, and there will be more different basic structures and fundamentals that I'm going to be reviewing and going over and teaching, so that you'll be able to improve your skill as an artist. For each of these sessions that I'm going to be doing, you don't have to know how to draw at all. Just follow me step by step, and feel free to rewind and go over certain parts that you have missed. And yeah, just let me know if there's anything or any part of the face that you need me to elaborate on more. See you later. If this lesson has helped you, then hit that like and subscribe button. You can also check out some of my other videos. Feel free to leave a comment or suggestions for future videos you would like to see me do. Thank you for watching, and God bless.